I've been going back and forth with Mafia Definitive Edition for a while, really since its release. This is a game that they remade. The original came out back in 2002, 2003, and they took out a game with a very good story, in my opinion, and they made it into a new modern game. They gave it a new take, new voice actors, they improved the visuals, of course, they rebuilt it, they released it like a brand new game, right? And to me, that was a remake done right, and a remake that was necessary. Sometimes we get remakes and or remasters that are unnecessary, or that we don't need, or that people weren't asking for. So I think this is one of those rare occasions where you get a remake that is wanted, a remake that is enjoyed, and a remake that does very well. And I think Mafia Definitive Edition is one of those games. And to me, in my opinion, it's the best Mafia game that I've ever played. I played Mafia 2, which was my introduction, and I played Mafia 3. Mafia 2 at the time was my favorite, and Vito Scaletta was my favorite character in the Mafia series. But after playing Mafia Definitive Edition, and I knew beforehand, just by the graphics, by the feel of it, by the voice acting that I had heard from the trailers for Tommy Angelo, there was something about this particular game and it being so linear and story-based that I had a feeling it was going to take me on a ride. Mafia Definitive Edition, it feels like everything matters. It's a shorter game with a purpose, and it takes you directly where you need to go. And what I really like is the way that the missions start. It feels like every mission could be played on its own. You could just kind of wake up one day and choose randomly through the chapters and just choose one mission, and you won't really need much backstory. It all kind of feels like it works standalone, and I think that's another really neat detail for Mafia Definitive Edition. I think Mafia Definitive Edition does many things. The missions are very standout. Sarah, Tommy's love interest, is very nice. Although brief, she's very brief in the game. She doesn't come out much, but the times that we do see her, she's very nice, and she feels very real, and it's just really nice. I think one of my favorite missions in the game is where you have to walk Sarah home. It is so beautiful. It is so slow. The surrounding areas, the world around you feels so alive. It's just exactly what a game should feel like. I loved it. It's the little things and the little details that really get me. That's where I think Mafia Definitive Edition really shined. Another small detail and a very small mission, which wasn't really a mission, it was more of a cutscene, is where Frank and Tommy Angelo have a conversation about Tommy spending his money out in clubs and stuff like that. And he uses an analogy of a dog in heat. And I thought that was brilliant. Such a beautiful mission. And those, again, that's where Mafia Definitive Edition shine. Another mission that's probably been talked about endlessly is A Trip to the Country. I decided to play that in the noir filter, where it's black and white, just to give it a different vibe. And it felt like I was watching movies from back in the day. It kind of, the Trip to the Country really reminded me a lot to The Untouchables. That released back in like 80 something. So if you're a fan of these movies, if you're a fan of some of these great mob actors, you would really love and enjoy a game like this. I think Tommy's development and his character arc were amazing throughout the game. I think I really liked it. I really liked that he was just a regular Joe trying to make ends meet, and he got involved with the wrong people, and maybe he got taken away a little bit by some of the glory and fame, but then he realized that that wasn't what it was, and he kind of came back down to reality, and it bit him in the ass. But I really love the relatability to the character and how anyone can fall into a situation that maybe he was in. Again, his character and even again his love life kind of steered him into the right direction in the end. And something that's very underrated about the game, in my opinion, is the world. Because the game is an open world and you don't get to explore it too much, you don't realize how humongous it is. It is very empty. There's not much to do, but it's very lived in. There is a free roam within the game, so you click on the free roam and you can go wander and view different things. Sometimes if you just go to the park, you go to the river, you stand in a busy place in the city during the nighttime, it just feels so alive. It feels like people are going places, and that is extremely rare to find in a lot of the games. And I just really enjoyed this game, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it and give it some love, and I wanted to recommend it to all of you guys that haven't played it, because I think it was worth it when it first released back in 2020, and it is worth it today in 2023, and it's going to be worth it for so many more years to come because it's such a great story. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about Mafia, if you've played it, which one is your favorite. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.
She went into heat, got out of the yard, and every dog in town had a turn. You're like that dog, Tommy. Every time you flash your money around, you're a bitch in heat. And everyone in that club is now looking to fuck you. And once you get fucked, you're no good to us. Do you understand?